This video will be going over the handout Exporting JPEGs from Lightroom. At this point, you should have your exercise shutter speed folder, and you should have all the images you shot for this assignment imported into that folder. The first thing we want to do is create a folder inside and call it Selects. For every project or exercise you import, you're always going to want your Selects folder. This is the folder that you're going to drag in the images that you're going to be turning in for an assignment. In this case, I only have 4, so I'm going to bring all of these into my Selects folder. And you're going to do that by selecting the first one and Command or Control, clicking on each one. And then you're going to drag them into the Selects folder. Now, once you have the images in the Selects folder, in this case we would have 4 images, 2 freeze and 2 blur. You're going to create another folder inside the Selects folder. To do that, click on your Selects, click on the plus up here, and you will be adding a subfolder. We are going to call this JPEG and create. Now, if you come under the Selects, you will see your JPEG folder. This is the folder that we're going to export our images into. So once you're on the Selects folder, you want to choose the 2 images that were your freeze images. And again, to do that, you're going to click on one, and you're going to hit Command or Control, depending on if you're a PC or a Mac, and select 2 of them. These are my 2 freeze photos. These are the 2 I want to export. Come down to the bottom left-hand corner and select Export, which will bring up the Export menu. The first thing you're going to want to do is tell Lightroom where you want to export these images. So Export to, you're going to choose specific folder, and then come over here and choose and find the folder you want. In this case, we're going to need 2025, February, exercise shutter speed, selects, and JPEG. Select folder. Now under folder, you can see it'll show you exactly where these images are going to be exported. Now this is very important. If for some reason this put in subfolder is selected, make sure you unselect that. You do not want this selected. Now, if you go down on your handout, depending on if you're exporting one folder or multiple folders, you're going to see a 2A file naming for one image or 2A file naming for multiple images. In this case, if you look, we're exporting 2 images, so we want to follow 2B. So the first thing that we want to do is rename. So we're going to rename them to custom name sequence. This will bring up this start number, and it's going to give our images are going to start with the, they're going to be sequenced by 1, 2, 3, so forth. Then our custom text. For the shutter speed, you want to call it shutter speed, your last name, and these will be the freeze images. Now if you look under example, you'll see how it's going to name your file. You will see this 1, that means that's the first sequence. Since we're having 2, you're going to export this, and then the second one will be named 2 where this one is. The next thing you want to do is file settings. Make sure your image format is JPEG. The quality is all the way over to 100. Color space, Adobe RGB. Image sizing, we want to resize to fit the long edge, 1500 pixels. Don't enlarge, and the resolution should be 72 pixels per inch. The other thing you would need to do is include all metadata. Once all of this is done, you're going to export your images. Now once you're done, if you notice, there are no images in your JPEG folder. The reason is Lightroom exported these onto your hard drive. Now we have to let Lightroom know that they are there. In order to do this, you select JPEG and come down and select Import. And this time we're not going to choose copy because we already have these images on our hard drive. We just want to add them to Lightroom. So select Add, and you'll want to find these images on your hard drive. So if you come over to your hard drive here on the left-hand side, we're going to find these images under Exercise, Selects, and JPEGs. These are your two images. As you can see, their name, shutter speed, last name, and freeze 1 and 2. Again, we're going to add them to our hard drive. You're going to select Import, and now when you come back over to this, you're going to see your two images here.